business empire all starts with a dream. That is the power of entrepreneurship. Hello beautiful viewers, you're welcome to yet another entrepreneurial edition of Managing Africa. As you know, this is a special program that profiles successful and innovative businesses. And here we do not only connect them to their investors, but we bring them closer to other stakeholders. On today's edition of the program, I'm pleased to let you know that you will be meeting with Nzometia Nervis. He is the CEO and founder of Nervis, a technological company which you will be finding out about later. He's been able to train young Cameroonians on technology, and they are the future of Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that he's not alone. There is an African investor on the program that you will be discovering soonest. Go nowhere and stay with us. Technology is taking a different turn in Cameroon with Nervis. Nervis is an organization that leverages technology to build innovative solutions to local problems and to create impact by equipping young people with digital and entrepreneurial skills. Nervis has three main flagship programs: Nervis Education, Nervis Makerspace, and Nervis Community, with each having a different focus of achieving the vision to create a tech ecosystem for innovation. Nervis Education focuses on skill acquisition, where they introduce kids between 7 and 17 years old to emerging technologies, design thinking, and entrepreneurship. They also run membership programs for adults to learn digital skills such as web development, mobile app development, robotics, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things. The Nervis community is a space where tech enthusiasts from different fields share ideas, build opportunities, and collaborate using technology to build solutions in their field of work, be it in health, agriculture, finance, engineering, and more. Nervis was created by Nzometia Nervis, a tech innovator, STEAM education consultant, robotic and 3D technology enthusiast, community ecosystem builder, 2020 Presidential Award winner. Nzometia Nervis equally won the Future African Leaders Awards 2021 by the Future African Leaders Foundation. It was particularly handed to him by the President of Love World, Reverend Chris Oyakilome. Welcome back, televiewers. Joining us on set Managing Africa today is the CEO and founder of Nervis. His name is Nzometia Nervis. Good morning and welcome, Nzometia Nervis.
Thank you so much, Nadine.
So tell us, how can the project Nervis transform Africa?
Okay, thank you so much for that. I would like to start by giving a brief overview of Nervis. So Nervis is a tech organization that is focused on using technology to build solutions and to create an impact. So basically we have training programs that we run to engage young people, kids and teens into technology. So we train them on computer programming, robotics, and so much more. And again, we build products. So we have been able to build products like 3D printers and much more. And this is a way that we are using to transform Africa. And we are building a creative confidence in them so that as they grow up, they should see the possibility of building products in Africa, not only thinking of, going out, but also how they can build local products in the context of Cameroon.
First of all, I must comment that it's amazing to have you train these young ones because they are the future of tomorrow. Tell us, what is your motivation? What prompted you to begin Nervis?
Growing up at a very young age, I had a passion for creativity and innovation. And I used to just build things, but I wanted to transform this into innovations and products, not just leaving them as creative ideas that I'm just doing, but I wanted to do something that could be useful in a society. So my motivation for creating Nervis was to have that platform where I could really build these things to be solid products, and again to give other young people an avenue where they can come and create and build things as well. So that was my journey.
And so far, do you have any challenges?
Throughout the journey, there have been some challenges, but so far, some of the challenges have been, lack of support and adequate structures that can enable you to really fine-tune what you're doing. For example, there are times that when you run a program, you need to have a certain level of, or maybe an amount of, maybe say, support or cash in your account to run it. For example, when you run a program in Yaoundé or in Douala, you don't have the necessary finance that to run that bet. But what you have been able to do over the years, creating value, you have been able to get partners that have come in, and again, trying to have trying to, bring people into a space where not many of them are really interested in. For example, like tech. A lot of people now are trying to get into tech, which is something that we have been able to, to really encourage them to come in. So these are some of the challenges that we have had. Yeah.
How have you been able to overcome these challenges in your own way?
In my own way, like I said, we have been able to build structures that can, that can show them possibilities. For example, like I said, a lot of young people have ideas, but they don't really have platforms. So we have been able to build these platforms that can enable them to be interested and, build results. Because at times, someone may not be interested in something because they're not really seeing how it's going to help them, but you've been able to show them the way by, projecting them results they have been able to gain over time can enable them. So we have been able to do that through our results.
Now, if I may ask, what do you hope to achieve if you had an investment opportunity?
Having an investor is going to go a long way in expanding our work. So having an investor is going to enable us to expand our work and, to reach other regions, because we look forward to training even a wider number of young people in all over Cameroon, and having an investor is going to enable us to get more equipments and resources in doing the training programs that we have.
Do you have some projects right now that are coming up?
Yeah, we have quite a number of good projects in the line. So we are building a data logger project. So we are based in Boya, and a lot of time researchers go up to the mountain to carry out research, but we are building a product that can enable them to sit in their offices and get data without going to the mountain every time. At times the mountain can be very, very risky going up there. So when rain falls, or maybe during the dry season, maybe when it's really risky. So we have been able to be a data logger that can enable them to get data. For example, you want to know how the temperature up there is like. You must not go there to feel it yourself or test. So we are building a device that can be able to transmit that data from the mountain to your office. Maybe you're in Yaoundé or you're in Rolland to get that data there accurately. Yeah. And again, we have a program that we run every year for young tech innovators and entrepreneurs to develop ideas to local problems. So it's called the NEFTEC Community Challenge, and will be coming up in July. So it has been launched already, and every young entrepreneur and innovator that is out there who has an idea to, a solution, maybe in agriculture, in education, and in health, you can register for the NEFTEC Community Challenge and stand a chance to win funding, to have funding to develop your idea in your project. Yeah.
So televiewers, as you know, we always have on the program an African investor, because these young entrepreneurs certainly have challenges, and it's mostly financial challenges that they come across. Our African investor for today is Mr. Rolland Kwemain. He is a leadership coach and trainer, and he is a man of great values who is passionate about Africa. I'm talking about the founder of Go Ahead Africa Limited, a training and coaching firm whose objective is to contribute to Africa's development by empowering the capacities of its development actors. It's a pleasure to have you on board the program, Mr. Rolland.
Thank you, Nadine. I think the pleasure is mine.
Okay, so you have listened to our entrepreneur on set today, and you have heard about his projects, you've seen his vision. What do you think, as an African investor, what do you think investors need to make such a project come to light?
I think, first of all, it's very important to congratulate Nervis. I strongly believe that those who are going to transform the continent are entrepreneurs. This is a belief that I have. So every time that I have the opportunity to meet one, to speak to one, I don't hesitate. So first of all, I would like to congratulate him for his vision. Then second, I'm happy to know that he comes from Buea. Buea is a city that gave me everything. I can even say I'm a citizen of Buea. So that's why I started my entrepreneurship journey in 1998. And the blessing came from there. And today we hear about the Silicon Mountain, about the film, movie industry, the entertainment industry. So Buea is really a place where things really happen. So now, talking about his initiative, I think, first of all, is quite relevant. I keep telling entrepreneurs that we shouldn't just create an initiative because we are passionate or because we had something. It must be a challenge that we have identified, then we bring a solution. Every time that we'll be solution-oriented, I think it will be okay. So I've listened to him, and I have few advices, but most important, I think the general impression I have is that the project is quite relevant.
Great. Thank you. Generally speaking, what do investors look for in entrepreneurs for them to be able to invest in them?
I was surprised. I know if you Google or you go to seminars, there are many things they will say, but there's certain one that they keep forget. I personally and the friends that I've brought on board to finance many young startups, we first look at the entrepreneur, the person. So for me, it's very important. Before I look at the business idea, the business plan, the business model, or the technicality, first I want to know who is this young person. So first it will be his value system. What is his reputation? And I can check that. Who can recommend him? Who can associate with him? So I can go to the social media and do a quick check, his write-ups. Then by interviewing him, I will also look at the level of self-confidence. How does he himself believe in his project? After then, now we'll go to the technical aspect, because we shouldn't forget the first criteria now, technically or generally, is profit. How profitable the business is. That's why I will put money. So we shouldn't forget. But I'll also go to the other aspect, how sustainable. Because investors don't just come and go there. So we can wait. It can be 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years. So how sustainable? Then also the other element is to look, how can we replicate it? The scalability. So it's very important he has started in Buea. He wants to go to Douala, to Yaoundé, then later on maybe Lagos, Abuja, I don't know. So so it's something that should be very medium and long term, not just short term. If it's short term, it's what we call buy and sell. So we should be very careful. I have been an entrepreneur for 25 years, but I started having money at the eighth year of the project, yes. So we should bear in mind that there's the time factor, because there's a season for everything. There's a time where you have to sow. No, you have plant, and then when you have to read, sow, is that? Because my English. So you plant now, you wait, you have to be patient. Then there will be a time where you harvest. But in between, you will try to make sure you build your capacity, you empower yourself, you build your network, you make sure that you know people that count, but most important that they also know you. It's not that who you know, well, who knows me. So you see, it's a whole, which is something I'm happy to see that he's training. He has to be doing conferences. He needs to be sharing his ideas, coming to platform like this, and that's why we should thank Nadine TV for giving this type of platform that will help him. Not only me being here, but I'm sure at the end of the program, there will be people that will connect with him on his platform and see if they can invest or not.
So, first of all, I'm jam-packed with a lot because I've learned so much. I always learn whenever you say something. That's really amazing. Thank you. I would like to to reverse that same question,
Yes.
what are some of the reasons why an African investor will not want to invest in a project even if it seems promising?
No, it can be the fact that the promoter or the young entrepreneur might not, there must be a value issue. There must be that personal connection, whether I like it or not, the feeling, which is not something that is rational, it's emotional. And that's why I keep talking about the alignment in my training and my coaching to the young entrepreneurs. First is the physical aspect. And we can see that Nervis is good, it's clean, it's, yeah. So you must look good. I mean, being clean. Second is that you must have a mindset of a winner, because at the first attempt you will not succeed. It's like a bunch of keys. The first key never opens the doors. It's the second or third key. But when you open, it doesn't open. You don't go back or you don't stop. You try the second, the third, then you find it open. So you must have that mental strength. The third one is emotionally. You must make sure that how do you accept failure? How do you accept frustrations? How do you manage fears? How do you also manage success? Because as soon as you have money, how do you do? Do you change your attitude? Do you change your behavior? Do you become arrogant? How do you treat your collaborators? How do you motivate them? How do you speak what we call emotional intelligence, which is a whole, then there's a fourth element which is spirituality, which will help you, because you can build a concept powerful like this and you are doing well, then it crash. You will need to be strong mentally, but it's not enough. Emotionally, you try to manage, but it's not enough. But what will help you to be strong is your spiritual connection to your creator. So it is so important to have that balance. Then for entrepreneurs is to also make sure that you get married to the right partner. Because I don't know how old Nervis is, but I would strongly advise him to get married as soon as possible, not late. Because when success is already there, it's too late. Okay. It's too late to find the right partner. You yourself, you become suspicious. When a girl says good morning, you say, oh, it's for my money. Or for a young girl who is successful, oh, they are coming because I'm on TV. So there are issues. Whereas if you start very early, the right partner, which is you pray for it, but you also work for it, then I think you'll be successful.
Nervis, you have listened to our investor. You've heard everything that he has to say. Do you have some questions for him?
Yeah, so just sitting here, I'm still trying to digest a lot of information that's coming from Mr. Rolland. And I must say that thank you for all the words that you have shared so far. And I would just like to ask a few questions. One of them is, how were you able to cope, like when you started your journey, like the challenges that came, how were you able to manage the challenges? And yeah, so that's my question. And also, going into partners, how do you manage partners as an investor, as an entrepreneur? Yeah.
Thank you. Very important question. Now, I had challenges in this journey, but what was important was that the vision and my values were so strong that I keep not forgetting the promised land. I knew where I wanted to go, but I was conscious that it was going to be difficult. I can't tell, when I opened this cafe where I'd come in 1998, after we had more than 9 months without a telephone line, because we need to use Camtel at that time, and you could wait 1 year without telephone. And even when the telephone came, it was not so stable, so we went for the VSAT, the satellite. After 2 years of managing the VSAT, a thunder came and destroyed the VSAT. So we spent again like 7 months without income. And I remember begging my landlord every day. And God touched his heart. He was so patient. I think the family were like confused. People thought this guy loved money, but how come he will not send me out? Because I was like 6 months without paying the rent. But at the end, this power, I would go and talk to him, pray, and speak to him. But he told me, he has observed me for years. He knew I was a serious young person. So our reputation is a very powerful capital. And even when at the end I had to move from there and go to a smaller, because there are times where you need to be realistic. He told me, my son, no problem, you can even move, look for a small place, and when you have the money, come and pay me. That was the plan. And I moved, I relocated, went to a small venue. And when my business started growing back, and I prepared the envelope, my wife prepared food, we went to his house, we gave him the money, he blessed me again. And that was the beginning of something. So I think our reputation. So I've had challenges. I'm just giving you 7 months without paying, this, that, so there. But what made me to be strong was there. Then my partner was my wife. That's what I'm saying. Then now, the second question was on,
how to manage the partner.
Partner, thank you. Choosing the partner, you pray on it. I'm sorry to say, people retire on my prayers. Then second is on value system. Because a partner can come in and destroy everything. So be very careful in the choice of the partner. In my case, I've been having partners that are essentially my friends. Yes, my friends. And those that we share the same values. It's very important. If you guys don't share the same values, there will be problems. A partner is like a wife, it's like a husband. And so you have to work on it in that choice. Don't just go for money, money, money. What is the value system of this partner? Apart of money, what do you think is bringing? Now, if it's only money, then get prepared. Make sure that the contract is very solid, the legal aspect is very clear, and then you move on. So I will repeat, but partnership is very essential. Alone, you go fast, but together, we go far. So the ultimate goal for young entrepreneurs in Africa, and that's my dream, is that their business should be sustainable. It's not just about buying a car, dressing well on TV, and we should have businesses that go beyond, yes, our lifespan, which is also my fight with the big tycoon, African tycoon. Go Ahead Africa, my company, we have today more than 25 companies that we coach and train. 99% of my clients are multinational, not African company, not a choice. Because again, we don't understand, and this is my advice to you, invest on a human capital. Train yourself. Leaders are learners. If they stop learning, they stop impacting, they stop performing. Invest on your staff, on your collaborators. The capital that is more precious for a company is a human capital. I'm speaking to a tech guy like you, but invest. All my friend engineers, they have a good mastery on human resources, on marketing. So don't just stay in the technique, which is good, it's already a plus, but you must work on your soft skills. How do I dress? How do I speak? How do I motivate my staff? How do I run my business? Finances. You must have a good knowledge on finances. If not, total hell. A successful business person is someone who knows how to manage finances, who knows how to manage human resources. For me, those two are crucial to sustain our companies.
Now, your questions were answered. Are you satisfied?
Okay, so I would just like to ask the last question, added to what you have said. So looking at the future of tech, I know you're in the leadership and entrepreneurship world, but you know this tech is the future, and looking at the context of Cameroon, Africa as a whole, where do you see young people and kids in the future?
I strongly believe, and maybe that's why I'm one of the patrons of the Silicon Mountain. My first business was a cyber cafe in 1998. So I've been in IT without being an IT specialist. We install multimedia centers in more than 80 schools in Cameroon. People know me more on JCI and Go Ahead. But my first company, Adcom, was more an IT company. So I strongly believe in the future and the place of IT or technology in making sure that Africa development goes faster. So even in my company today, because thanks to COVID, we had to move now to the digital platform. We launched our first e-learning platform, and we are launching the second e-learning platform by the end of this year, which is more oriented to young entrepreneurs. Because since my company is more on the corporate and high profile, but I strongly believe that there must be something for young entrepreneurs. And I think I can only encourage you. My kids are more engineers. My first son is in Polytech, I thank God because I know that engineers, it's the technical people that will develop Africa. Look, more than 60, 70 years after independence, our toothpick come from China. It's a pity. The way we dress, the way, I've taken up with me for the past 10 years to support the local industry. I dress young people in Nigeria, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, they do my dress. So my breakfast is essentially Kwakoko Bible and Toleti for the past 15 years. And this is me, so I don't eat. When I hear, bread is expensive, I laugh because so I've been very local. My music, local music, my way of having fun, more local. We must produce what we consume and consume what we produce. So that's why I say kudos to the tech, but please don't do tech based on what is happening in US or China. It's not relevant. Our tech should be solution to our local problems, and that's why I'm supporting your idea, and I can only encourage you not to give up, but to make sure that your reputation is your first asset. Make sure that you also develop more self-confidence, and make sure that you also continue to empower other disciples that will make your vision to go beyond your individual self.
Now, if I want to ask you to give an advice to other young entrepreneurs out there.
Yes, I will talk about the 5 barometer of success, which is developed in my first book that I will offer to Nadine, and the second book that I will give to Nervis, which is called Impactitude Spirit. Essentially, what are the aptitude that you need to develop in order to be successful? What is the right attitude, the mindset that you need to have in order to overcome challenges? And what are the actions that you need to implement in order to be successful? So it's the second book, and I offer it. So my advice on the 5 barometer of success are very simple. It is the first barometer is our career, the choice of our career. Nervis is in tech, which is good. It's very important for him to develop technical competency as deep, as profound as possible, so that he has a successful career. The second barometer is the family life. Whether we like it or not, family has a huge impact on our success. So make sure that as soon as possible, and I'm saying this to entrepreneurs, to make sure that they quickly have a partner. Don't be the struggling days, the humble beginning. Make sure you have that family, build that family, because it makes you to be more responsible. It makes you even to have another person that can support you. That when you come back home, things are bad, you tell sweetheart, don't mind. Or you can even share your frustrations. You can also share your vision. The person by love will tell you that, sweetheart, I don't feel it. And we know for men that women, they have the intuition, what we call the sixth sense. So every time she will tell you, be careful, my dear friend, be careful. It might not be rational, but go and check it works. The third one are friends. Who are your friends? The choice of our friends. Our friends should be those who help us to be the better version of ourselves. But if our friends are there to discourage us, to tell us the business will not work, never don't do this, let us fall bush, or why do you want to do this? It will not. Which type of friends are there? And then for me, you delay them, you are wasting your time. Then you stop. The fourth one is the investment in the community, what I've called our individual social responsibility. We should stop just asking what the country have done for us, what the community, what ourselves we have done for them. If we start to think like that, we'll kill what I've called in my Facebook the ABC syndrome. We should stop accusing, we should stop blaming, and we should stop complaining. If you kill that syndrome, you will see that you are alive, you have internal peace, you'll be moving. People will say, Never has put his hand somewhere, which is not true. And the fifth barometer is his spirituality. Whether you like it or not, you must have faith, you must believe in God. Because if God is with you, your God is with you, nobody can be against you. So those are the 5 barometers that I would like the young people following us, the entrepreneurs, the active citizens that are within the community, struggle, people are, because I know we're in the environment, we're at a crossroad. We struggle. It's not easy. We are what we call today in the leadership environment VUCA. The environment is very volatile. It's uncertain, complex, and very ambiguous in terms of there's a lot of ambiguity. So the VUCA environment was created some 25 years ago in the USA by some great thinkers. But we can see today in Cameroon, the NOSO crisis, a lot of tension, the COVID, post-COVID, and now the crisis, the war, Russia, Ukraine, having a huge impact. But with that environment, I have to congratulate people like Nervis who have decided to be solution providers at this danger that we are now. You have two categories of people: those who will tell you 1,000 reasons why they are not implementing their dreams, and those who will make sure that they are result-oriented. So thank you for being result-oriented.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rolland. Now to you, do you have any advice for young entrepreneurs and people who have dreams and who want to be like you or even more tomorrow? Do you have any word to tell them?
Yeah, so thank you again. So I would like to just share a few things, which is, first of all, start small and grow big, because my story personally has been a story of someone who, I came from a background that we could barely have maybe some money to go to school, but I had to keep building value. That's something I've been able to do over the years, keep building value, because value has been able to help me to bring the best opportunities, to bring the right people. Like I've met Mr. Rolland today, which is a valuable thing for me. And again, like now having cash, like some opportunities I've had that have brought me money to fund my projects and so on. And that's because I started small. I just kept on believing, working, and having a vision. Because one thing that kills a lot of young people is because they don't have vision. They're just doing things. Their why is not strong enough to what they are doing. So you just see something is trending. So, oh, I'm into entertainment today, or I'm into business today because it's trending. But if you have a vision and you have a strong why of what you are doing, then it enables you to be consistent no matter the challenges that come. So start small and grow big, because you can never start counting from 10. You always start counting from 0, 1 to right up to the number that you reach. And again, talking about spirituality is something that is very, very essential, because one of the things that has kept me is having that strong spiritual connection. And over the years, it has been that's so nice. And this and more are just some of the things that I can advise young people out there to really follow. So start small and grow big. Have a vision. Yeah.
You're welcome back, televiewers. We cannot conclude this edition of Managing Africa without talking about some of the major achievements that Nzometia Nervis here has been able to gain. I am talking about the grants, the presidential grants he had, and the most recent Fala, which he got in Nigeria, which I think is very, very inspiring to so many people. I would like for you to talk about this. How did you feel? What is the feeling? And first of all, start by telling us about these grants.
Okay. So in 2020, I won the Presidential Award for the Best IT Innovation in Cameroon. So during my undergraduate studies in UB, so I did engineering. And at the end of our training as engineers, we were supposed to build projects as a result of our training. So during the 4-year span, I discovered that we did not have 3D printers in our laboratory, and 3D printer enables you to print 3D models, just like what you have this small bowl here. Yes, so it prints out 3D models, just like you have a printed document. Now it prints in a 3D model. So most students at the end of the year use cartons, plywoods to build projects, and we have been trained as engineers to build products. And we can really emerge as Cameroonians, or if we want to build products out there, if we keep using cartons or plywood. So how can we build things that can be consumed in the market, or that can be able to have a competitive advantage? Because why would someone choose to buy yours with a carton or plywood, meanwhile someone has done it with a very good standard?
Yes.
So 3D printer.
So that was you identifying a
problem as an engineer, and I developed
a
a solution to that, which was building 3D printer. But still, I had challenges because I did not have the materials to build a 3D printer because it's a very, very complex machine. But I couldn't stop because I didn't have the materials. I had to look for ways. I had to recycle old printers, a normal printer that to build that. So I was able to put those things together, and with the little things that I could do to make that model. And that was just a model, a prototype that I did, and it worked so well. And from there, I applied for national competition. I won. I received 15 million francs CFA as a cash grant, and from there now I got enough money to now buy the necessary materials I needed to, to expand the product, and today we've been able to build a model of it, and it's working so well, and we are working so hard to make sure that every school in Cameroon has a 3D printer, because we are picturing the future, and we see the need for every school to have it if we really want to improve on our teaching and practical application of what we are doing. And just at the beginning of the year 2022, I was in Nigeria. I was selected as one of the top 10 young Africans who are doing amazing work in their field of influence. So I'm in tech, and others were in different fields. So I matched one of the top 10 winners. I received $10,000, and after that I emerged a raw winner, receiving $25,000 extra. So I received a total of $35,000 for the Future of Candidates Award in my tech journey. So just like I said earlier, so one of the advices was building values. So over the years, I've been able to build values, developing solutions that can fit into local context.
Be the change you want to see in the environment. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say big congratulations to you, Nzometia and Nervis. Congrats, you have done so amazing, and that is really inspiring. And of course, Mr. Rolland has a gift for you.
It's my second book.
Congrats. Amazing. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to give than to receive.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for this edition of Managing Africa. As you know, the goal is to bring successful entrepreneurship, not just entrepreneurship, but solution-based businesses to the limelight, because we are looking forward to an Africa that is better. And we believe that these young entrepreneurs are the future, and they are the ones that are going to develop Africa to the way that we expect it or that we want it to be tomorrow. And that's why we are here, managing the continent. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you on board the program today. Continue watching Dash News, because we have more editions coming up subsequently. And tune in every Saturday, 6 p.m. on Dash TV News, and you have us. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.